In this video, we write a C program to print even numbers up to n using while loop. We start from 0, 0, 2, 4 and so on up to given number. This is the simple program. We have taken a looping variable I and n value, n variable, and we have read n value. Here is the condition. While I is less than or is equal to n, we are checking the condition. When I is less than while I is less than or is equal to n, we are entering into while loop. In the while loop, we are checking condition. If I mod 2 is equal to 0, that means when I value is divided with 2, and if we get remainder value 0, then we are printing. Then only we are printing I value, and afterwards we are incrementing I value. In this fashion, we print each and every I value whenever it is divisible by 2. Whenever I value is divisible by 2, that means it is an even number. Now we run this program. Let us say I am giving value 100, and then we are getting output 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on up to 100 only even numbers. Now again we run this program. We see, let us say we give value 4 and we are getting 0, 2, 4. And now we analyze this particular program. Initially I value is 0, and what is n value? What is n value? 4. And condition I is less than or is equal to n, 0 is less than or is equal to 4, which is correct. And then we enter into while loop, and then condition is checked. If I mod 2 is equal to 0, 0 is divisible by 2, that means now this condition is true. Then I value is printed. So we get I value 0 is printed, and then I plus plus I value becomes 1. Again control goes to condition part. Condition I less than or is equal to n, 1 less than or is equal to 4, which is correct. Again we enter into while loop. Then condition is checked. I mod 2 is equal to 0. 1 mod 2 is equal to 0. That means the condition is failed. Why? Because 1 is not divisible by 2. That means in the output we don't get a output. Sorry, in the output we don't print. We don't get value I value. Then I plus plus I value becomes 2. Now when the condition is checked in the while loop, I is less than or is equal to n, 2 is less than or is equal to 4, which is correct. Again we enter into while loop. Condition is checked. I mod 2 is equal to 0. 2 is divisible by 2. So that means 0 is divisible by 2 and 2 is divisible by 2. In the output we get, we print 2 value. Then I plus plus I value becomes 3. 3 is less than or is equal to 4. Again control enters into while loop. But 3 is not divisible by 2. Then it is not printed. Then I plus plus I value becomes 4. 4 is less than or is equal to 4. Condition is true. Then in the while loop, the condition 4 is divisible by 2, then 4 is printed. Then I value becomes 5. Then what about condition here? When I value becomes 5, 5 is less than or is equal, I is less than or is equal to n. 5 is less than or is equal to 4, which is false. That means now while loop is stopped. Then we get our output only 0, 2 and 4. In this fashion, this particular while loop is executed. Now we can write the same program using another logic. Instead of dividing with 2, we can write this same program using another logic. Here we don't write if condition, we directly print I value, and then instead of incrementing I value by 1, we increment I value by 2. That is I is equal to I plus 2. Now we run this program. Let us say we give 20. Again we got the same output. That means for a given problem, we can write the logic in different ways. Now if we analyze this particular program, here also we got the same output. let us say we give n value 4. Now what is happened here? Initially we analyze this particular logic also. Initially I value is 0. And what is n value? N value is 4. 0 is less than or is equal to 4. This condition is true. Then we enter into while loop. I value is printed, that is 0. Then I is equal to I plus 2. 0 plus 2. Now I value becomes 2. Then again in the while loop condition, I is less than or is equal to n. 2 is less than or is equal to 4, which is correct. Then 2 is printed. Then I is equal to I plus 2. This statement is executed. Then I value becomes 2 plus 2, that is 4. Again condition is checked. 4 is less than or is equal to 4, which is correct. Then 4 value is printed. Then I is equal to I plus 2. 4 plus 2. Now I value becomes 6. But in the condition I is less than or is equal to n. 6 is less than or is equal to 4, which is incorrect, which is false. Then automatically while loop is stopped. In this fashion, for the same problem, we can write different logics to solve the problem. This is how we have written a C program to print the even numbers up to the given number.